Hey everyone, welcome back to the adventure of the Great Deku Tree by LEGO Legend of Zelda. Set number 77092 contains 2,500 pieces, retails for $299.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group as a requested review. Thank you, LEGO. And, yeah, well, it doesn't look like anything like the picture we have on the front of the book, but this is what bags 1 through 6 does. So we did this stone with the sword stuck in there and the base and all that stuff. So in today's installment we are going to be focusing on bags 7, 8, and 9. And it doesn't look all that bad. I need to find the miscellaneous bag. Oh, here it is. And we need this and this. Yeah. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Turn on the ring light. Today's been a very productive day. But before we get into that, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 7. And I have really just been working my buns off. Not really on set reviews, but tutorials. And let's put this over here. And just to be sure here, we're going to be building right here, so let's get everything situated for you. And yeah, let's see here. I'm just checking, make sure your viewing experience is really good. You know, I always like to make sure you get the best here. Okay. Okay. And then we're still on manual. Good? Okay, so now we can go out of that. And yeah. Now let's officially start with bag 7. But I've been pretty pleased with the build, except for maybe bag 5 was probably the only one that was kind of boring, but that's to be expected. Yeah. I had filmed a bunch of tutorials today, so I did pretty good. And what made it better is that I had the house to myself for the majority of the day. My mom was out with her sister, my nephew was with his buddies, my girlfriend was working, so I had a lot of free time today, which is really rare for me. So yeah, this is the third build installment. And yeah, so far I've been pretty pleased with the set, so it's not like it's anything boring. It's just trying to get the right place. Alright, so the only problem is I really can't see here with the viewfinder because guess what? I don't have another monitor right now. The one I thought I had does not work with this camera, so that's the only bad thing about it. Yeah. This set has a little bit of everything. I've noticed it's got a little bit of small, medium, large pieces, which is always good. Good for a building set. But yeah, I got 2 vehicles filmed today, and I'm working on something for Halloween. I think you guys and gals will like it. It's Halloween related, and I wish I had these when I was doing another tutorial. I might still use those eventually. But yeah. So I've really been plugging away at getting my stuff done, and we're still working on this, and I just spilled all that in there. I got to drag that out now. Hey, at least the set comes with a bunch of accessories, but stuff that we could lose real quick here if we're not careful. Okay, put that in there. Alrighty, so yeah, I knocked that over. Because we got to be working on this thing here. This is going to get big before we know it, so I may have to put it on a turntable. Alright, so we're working. Alright, well, you know what, while I'm here, I guess I can rotate it. And I got to take advantage of this stuff while I have it. And yeah, you're going to have to muscle down in there. There. Get that pounded in really good. Okay, and now it looks just like the picture. Glad I didn't make a mistake on that. And did it say how many plates we needed? No, it doesn't. So you're going to need another one of these. It only tells you need one. No, I guess it tells you there. I guess Lego's starting to cheapen out on things. Alright. So right now, I've been trying to... yeah, this is going to be a pain because I'm only limited to this table right now. It's either that or tutorials. Most people don't know I do tutorials. If you're watching this, this is the only channel. I do have a main that I use for the review, for the main reviews and the video tutorials on how to put things together. This is going to be my review channel eventually, so we're going to go in depth. So in this type of build installment, I'm starting to include the unboxings and intros to these, the formal stuff, just to make it better. Okay, so it should look like that. And it just lightens up the load a little bit on doing the big stuff. So, and I had better news. I found my memory cards. I found a butter container. I heard something round and I thought it was a bunch of Lego plates. Found a bin of memory cards. I'm like, okay, why are these even in here? And kind of scratched my head thinking, okay, what's going on here? Well, there were a bunch of 128 gigabyte memory cards that I had bought. Why were they in there? So, okay, I thought about it. I thought I'll put up one in this camera to see, and they're not really recommended for 4K. I'm going to try one and see on something that I really don't care about. Maybe a polybag build or something, and I thought, well, that might be why they're in there. So they were just out of the box. They weren't even in a blister pack, so I don't know. I got to put my hand over this here just to see what I'm doing. Alright. Alright. That's the only bad thing about using the ring light. And yes, I know I'm messing with the camera a little bit on here, but I want to make sure you get to see. Okay, so you can see right now I'm kind of juggling stuff around here. I don't have nowhere I could put this at without it getting damaged. And I have a feeling if I zoom in, that's too blown in for you. So I think this will have to do. Alright. And step 31. Lots of tiles in here, so we're going to have to pick. Hopefully this thing doesn't grow any bigger. Well, we don't know, so we'll find out. But I've been pretty pleased with the build quality of this. It's, you know, more or less, it's a fun build. So I'm trying to, and I know my hands are in the way, that's to be expected. Okay. Now Lego, we have these in 1x3s. I got a bunch of those. Alright. Yes, I did 2 vehicle tutorials today, and I'm working on that Halloween one. That gives me 5 videos left to do for the end of the year. I got them filmed. One I forgot to do the thumbnail on, so oh, goofy me, I gotta do that, but I will get to that at a later time. I don't think I really have any of these in green. Okay, what I'm going to have to do is start sorting parts out by color. Starting to run out of parts. Okay, this one I need right now. Alright. At least this one's using cheerful colors, not something depressing. Yeah, I'm starting to, I edited part 1 of that boring set that I was doing. I thought, well, I got that out of the way, and I got to do part 2. It's up on YouTube now. I just gotta edit that video, and yeah, I'll have more space. It took 27 hours to process that on my old computer. So yeah, that's kind of a... That's just a lot for 4K. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing 4K. I think that's why I really never really did 4K. It just takes too long. Although the quality's a lot better, but you know. Okay, it looks like we're building a castle. Let's put these in here. These are still stickers on this. I have to at least give Lego props for that, because we can use our imagination for the non-stickered stuff. Heck, I was looking for this color in a build that I wanted to do. This set's actually got a lot of good parts for mocks. Yeah, well, I gotta wait, but well, that's it. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. And yes, today is... What is today now? I have to look here real quick. The 28th of March, 2025. And that means that... I'm kind of just zoning out here. I'm going to make 2 bushes here. Well, let me start all over with that. This is something I haven't done in a while. Anybody remembers bedside builds? Yeah. Because nobody was here today, and I got a bunch of stuff done. Okay, I think they go like this. And then you put them in like that right there, I think. That makes more sense. And we could always readjust them later. But yeah, I've been pretty pleased with this set. It's not too bad. I really wanted to work on this today, except I wanted to get these tutorials done first. They were hot on my mind. It was something I knew I was going to forget. Well, that goes in there to be fine. Yes, I know my hands are in the way again. Yeah, I have to remind, because some kind of remind me on that. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm happy that I'm getting things done, you know, getting tutorials done, sharing my ideas. I had another person say thanks. They appreciate my hard work for the tutorials, for helping them become better builders. And you know what? You're welcome. And that's where I'm kind of torn. Do I want to do paid tutorials, or do I want to keep doing them as freebies? Because getting comments like that is better than just having subscribers. You know, I mean... I'm still torn on that. I really don't want to just be like those other guys and have just strictly exclusives. I'll think of something, but I think the shout-outs are more than enough. You know, and we'll do those in the latter part of the video. Alright, so... There's 2 of these? Okay, there's 2 of these. So they're mirrored, so... Let's see here. We'll build it right here. So it's going to be kind of cluttered here. So let's kind of set these up here. And yeah, I just couldn't believe it today. I was just smashing out tutorials. And then I was going to start doing the review portion of that set I was doing. And I thought, well, this one's calling my name. I'd rather do this one, because that other set was just kind of lame. You know. Lego's going to hear that and go, Jay, we were trying to send you fun stuff. Well, this one's fun. I've had some big sets where they're kind of not so fun, but there we are right there. Let's put that back in there so you can see more what I'm doing there. Hey, at least now I got my game together, and I could zoom in now. But for the most part, I've been pretty pleased with this build. I think whoever's going to get it, you're going to have fun too. If you're not into video game stuff, maybe not. If you're not even, definitely if you're not into Legend of Zelda. But for me, as a kid growing up playing the game and stuff like that, it's kind of a treat to see these things here come alive. Alright, you know, I needed some of these in medium nougat, these corner plates, and yeah, here they are. And Yeah, I'm hoping to get this one done here. I'm just going to do another 3 bags. I think 3 bags is fair. I notice my recording is getting pretty long, so I'm trying to keep those from getting so gruesome here. This one goes here, and then this one goes here. And there's no back button on it. I wish there was. Okay, so looks like these sit here like that. Before I commit to it, yeah, okay. Always check, because I don't want to have to... You could do it whatever you want. You could build this any way you want, but for me, I don't want to have to do it twice. Uh-oh. Okay, the green goes back here. Okay, that's fine. Making sure I did that right. Don't want to mess up. Alright, now we're on step 37. I would have been on a Discord call, but I want to do this one real quick. Everybody would be in bed by the time I get on there, but I thought, I want to build this one first today, just because it's cool. And then we've got to make 2 of these. This one goes here, obviously. That didn't sound good. And yeah, sometimes I just want to kind of relax. I had a rough week, and I just want to get to doing something here that's fun, that gives me something to do. And these go back here like that. Okay, they do stick straight up. They stick up higher. It's like, okay, did I do something wrong? But no, I didn't. Now this color here is perfect for a tint. So there we go. Jay, you're eyeballing parts. Even if let's say I don't decide to part this out, I just kind of keep it, right? You know, at least I know now what the parts look like. They exist, and I could use them for other things. You know, that's kind of what I'm looking for into building stuff, is that kind of thing here. Yeah, but I think you guys and gals are going to be pleased with the stuff coming out this year, hopefully. And the quality of these videos, obviously, I'm trying to step up my game on a little bit, because I notice they're taking off more. So, yeah, I just don't want to get too sloppy and just kind of forget, you know, what I'm doing. You know, what's my objective? What's my goal? And that's just to build this and do a live review and troubleshoot if needed. And to put my own, you know, put my own personality in this. And like I said, though, I'm happy with it. And ooh, I don't really see these in olive green as these type of pieces. I notice this color it shows up great on the viewfinder, but man, on video it just doesn't show up very well. Is that how that goes on there? They just hang? Oh, wait a minute, no they don't. It goes like that. So this one just kind of hangs over there. So yeah, I'm hoping everybody's having a good week and just kind of chilling out, staying out of trouble, staying cool, staying warm, depends on where you're at. And yeah, kind of just hunkering down here, you know, keeping cool. And then now we got to put together more of the stuff. So basically it looks like in this bag we're just doing the front facade here, or just the walls of the I'm thinking this is the base of the Deku Tree, like this part here. So we don't know yet. We still don't know. This is like an adventure. I skimmed through the book, but I didn't really pay attention to exactly what we're doing, because you know that's kind of irrelevant to the video, because I don't want to spoil her. I want to kind of, you know, be a little surprised in the build. You know, the only thing I try to do is plan out, like, okay, how many bags there are? What are we doing? Can this be done? That kind of thing. Okay, now we got to take some of our tent arches for tents. Okay, it says put those. Oh, I see where they go. Okay. And these go here, like this. And I have a feeling somebody's going to be knocking at my door. Yeah, it's like nighttime, but that doesn't stop everyone from coming back here. When nobody's here, though, I kind of just do the tutorials because I can focus more. Tutorials are different than this. This is raw. Tutorials, they're not scripted, but, you know, the build is. I got to plan out the build. I got to make sure I know where every piece goes. Because I try to do everything only in one take. You know, I don't want to have to redo it unless it's like I just royally mess up. And sometimes I'll start a tutorial. Put your finger to hold that just in case. And I don't want to start a tutorial. Somebody comes knocking at the door and wants my assistance with something, and I got to stop what I'm doing and have to come back and try to remember. That's just a lot. I don't want to have to try to remember every detail that I did in that tutorial. Alright, sorry about that. Just like that. And, you know, I don't get that too much where I get the house to myself anymore. When I was pretty much living alone, that's what happened. I just kind of did my own things, my own way, and that was it. Okay, so now we're doing some greenery. And it looks like these are mirrors. So that's probably the last part here that we got to do. And Jay, it seems like you're always busy with things, and yeah, I mean, I kind of miss those days where, you know, things were simple, you know, and that was what it was. And now, I don't really think I have any of these in this color. I can't. It's just when you take on a responsibility, you have to do it. I'm not used to it, but you know, that's the fun of being an adult, a responsible adult. I got to do all that. And not so fun stuff. Alright. And put the tile on there. And so far I'm pretty pleased with this. And we got the green seaweed. That doesn't go that way. It ain't going to work that way. We need this one here. I think I'm going to... I don't think it really matters. But I'm going to keep these mirrored here. Alright, and those go... Okay, they go facing inward. So this one here goes right in here, right there. Okay, making sure. Just want to make sure everything fits because I don't want to have to do this twice. Once is enough. You know. We're going to have to take this beast apart and do it again. So, I mean, that's just how it is. And then moving on to 46. There's not a whole lot of parts left. But it's a very pleasant build. I mean, if you're not into these vomit colors... I'm not really into vomit colors, to be honest. But if you're into just this alone, wouldn't be too bad. And these go here. And yeah, that is not too bad. It doesn't look like a tree yet. Whoops, you know what I noticed? I was zoomed out. So I was putting all these in here from 46, my bad. So that's basically what I was doing here. Sometimes, and I'll show you what I did here, because like I said, I don't have a big viewfinder to see everything. And we got some extra tiles, so I don't know where they go. I know I got these here on top of the green here. So I got 3 of these. There should only be 1. All right, let's see here. Did we forget something here? Oh, yes, I did. You know what I forgot to do? Put them right down here in this corner, right down in here. And then we'll take a quick look at what we did here since I didn't show you here. Now, if you can't get those in like I can't, what do? Take your brick separator. Should be able to finesse that in there. Well, maybe not, huh? Can I even slide that in there? So you notice I did not continue on with the next step. Okay. Okay, we got that in there. Got to do the other one. Don't worry. Like I said, I don't script these, so if I make a mistake, yeah, I don't filter, including the bad filmography. There we go. So that's what the brick server comes in handy. Now inside here, if you missed, which you probably did, I just stuck these here and put them in here. Then add the slopes in here. And that's essentially what I did. And yeah, nothing caved in. It's not too bad. And this is what we have remaining for bag 1. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 8. And right now I'm Lily just sitting in a little corner here. Oh, goodness. At least it's not just tiny parts like that one set I was doing. Let me put this iPad over here because I keep tripping over it. Okay, so, man, I just cannot get situated today. It's one of those days where I'm trying to get things going. Alright, and then, yeah, so it looks like we're just continuing where we left off. Now, I'm going to be honest now, the colors on this are kind of lackluster. It's mostly just vomit colors at this point. Like somebody threw up all over my workbench. Like somebody had a little too much or something, but we're going to have to plow through it. Just the base of this tree alone would be something we could use for maybe a new type of build here. Okay, so now I finally got all that opened up. Alright. I've seen these before, but make it a train or something. And so, yeah, now you see why I only do just a few bags at a time. There's no way I could do all these. Now we're back to this again, so make sure you get to see everything. It looks like I am focused probably on the main build. So let's see here. Yeah, because see, I can't do any more about that, so we're just going to have to, because I can't bring this any closer. They're going to fall off. Alright. Yeah, I didn't have to block anybody today or ban anybody saying that I talk too much. That's always good. Get some good comments. Those are always nice to have. There we go. Got the slopes in there. And sometimes you have to back butter. Okay, and where did these go? Oh, they go right here. Okay, I just got to make another one for the other sides. Everything's pretty much mirrors or clones. Yeah, oh wow, 1x12 and brittle brown, that's kind of rare. Okay. After I get done with this, I'm going to fix up for bed. It's very seldom you ever see a bedside build anymore. For those who don't know what a bedside build is, I'm building this before I go to bed. Okay, so that's what a bedside build, just what I call it. It's just, I'm building this before I go to bed. Okay, you can still see what I'm doing. I could probably raise the camera up a bit, but, well, it's already maxed out. If I need to, then I will. For something like this, I probably will edit that out because 4K is not so kind when we just waste it. Okay, I needed some of these in green. Well, there they are. Okay, we got those. We put the tiles in. Here, I'm just... Sometimes I get zoned out so easily. Sometimes I'm just like, ugh. Okay. And these go in here. Okay, so that strengthens it up. Some squashed 1x1 bricks. Throw those in there. And then now we are going to have to wiggle this one in here. Why a random Technic brick in here? We must have something that's going to be attached to that or some functionality that's got to pass through that. Okay. And if you notice at night versus daytime, yeah, I'm a little more mellowed out. I've been trying to hoard that color up in that size for a while. Now I'm trying to find another small piece, so we're right back to the small stuff again. Okay. You can tell I like big pieces better than the small stuff. And we're not done with this step yet. I need 4 slopes. More small stuff. Okay, you may be tempted to put them in there. That's not where they go. Okay, well, yeah, that is it. Can you still see? Yes, you can. All right. And then now, we got to make some arches. I got to make a mirror of this too. Hey, it looks like we're doing something, you know? I mean, it's not like I'm not doing anything here. At least I'm making progress. Alright, let's see here. I mean, I'm doing pretty good here. Haven't royally messed up yet. Yeah, imagine me getting 20 of these Deku trees and making a forest out of them. I mean, honestly, this thing is ugly. It really is. But for someone like myself who's played this game, yeah, it's a kind of a treat to obtain. Somebody asked me, why don't you just buy it if you wanted it? Well, I'm not really that interested in the set, and if I buy it, I'm not obligated to do reviews. Would I have still done one? Yes. But it won't be as in-depth. That's why you notice now I only do builds pretty much on stuff that is sent to me. Okay, we got to make 2 of these. And these go right behind here. Okay, and I got to do another one here. I like these type of parts. These are really cool to have, especially when I drop them. But, you know, if you got any questions about anything, even the ambassador thing, let me know. I mean, I'll try to answer as best I can. I'm by all means not an expert. I just like this hobby, and that's what I do. I'm not an expert in it. I just like putting stuff together and just chatting with everyone. Alright, so don't forget your 1x1s behind here. Okay. And but yeah, this thing will be demolished. I can't keep all these around forever. I'd run out of space. But I don't sell parts. I had somebody ask me, well, will I ever sell the parts to this stuff? No, I don't sell any parts. Sorry. But no, you know, I hoard. If I sold my parts, I wouldn't have anything to build. Like tutorials. I'm missing a 1x6 to put back here. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Alright. And a couple of... Let's put these in here first. We're building up higher. I'm going to be forced to going up higher here. If we go up any higher, yeah, I'm going to have to split the video and just break it with a higher thing. I'm not going to bounce around. I'm really thinking about just cutting that out. It gives me a chance to take a breather. So I think that's what I'm going to do after I get to this point, because we're getting up to... It's getting to that point where this is getting pretty pretty tall. These telephone bases, they make good pillows too. I'm just so glad I got those tutorials filmed today. That was really good time. I did really good on that. Alright. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Step 57. Yeah, before I started filming tonight, I had popcorn. I was watching some videos on YouTube. Just relaxing. And at least it was something other than television. They killed another one of our channels off today for some crime buster channel. And I thought, oh, I'm tired of watching the same stuff. But lo and behold, though, we have another provider. We actually paying for service now. I didn't want to, but you know, when you're around with older folks, they really have their old TV. Because out here before, we used to have a bunch of stations to watch. Now they've taken them all off, and unless you really want to watch junk, which is what they're trying to shove down our throats now. And other than the, well, I can't mention that on YouTube, but it's stuff that I won't watch. Alright. Alright. Man, we're climbing up this... this thing's getting taller and taller. I mean, look at this. I mean, here I am. I'm still working on this thing. And now we're sticking these in here. Yeah, I may have to do this, because if it gets any taller, I'm gonna have to do it. Okay, these go here. Well, it doesn't look like the Deku Tree yet, does it? Well, at least we put part of the face on, but we haven't done anything. It doesn't look like much, does it? Not yet. Okay. Alrighty. And we're still building up pretty high on this one here. Okay. Yeah. Everybody now is talking about my birthday dinner, and I thought, oh, it's a little late for that, but I guess, you know, Some people don't like to work on my schedule. It's like, well, it's either that or we live on the streets. And I'm sorry, I like having a door and a roof and a light bulb and water. As much as I don't like to do that stuff. Okay, so now we are going to be forced to raising up the camera because now we're going to have to build this thing up. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I hope that's a lot better. I didn't have to wiggle everybody to death here. So now we got to build up this portion now. We're just going up high on this. I don't know how far we're going here, but it's asking me to do some mirrors. So we're going to focus right here in this area. And then we'll just do that for you right there. And first off, how focused am I right here? Yeah, that's pretty decent because I don't want to have to keep messing with it here. Or I could just do that, and then just press the auto. Okay. Hey, I'm learning as I learn as I go. All right, so what I'm going to do is there's two of them that we got to build. Their mirrors. So let me really doubly make sure here. This is not a set you really want to mess up on and have to do it twice. So we're going to try to avoid that today. Well, tonight. And yeah. Yeah, after I get done with this, I'm just going to start working on some paperwork for one of those other reviews. And yeah, so I mean, if you ever want to get into this ambassador thing, you got to understand there's paperwork. It's not like they just give you sets. There's always a catch. So it's not like somebody will say, oh, I'd rather have paperwork than buy the set and pay money for it. Oh no, when you're spending hours upon hours of your free time doing paperwork, no, I think I'd rather pay for it and not be obligated. You know, that's, I always tell, you know, anybody who's perspective in there, I mean, if I knew all the paperwork that was involved, I would have had probably second thoughts. Well, this is starting to disintegrate, I think, because I put it in the wrong order. But it's not for the faint of heart if you're not into papers. Yeah, I mean, literally, you got to sit down. You got to sit down and write a report on all this stuff. You got to follow the rules. You got to do this and that. You can't break things. You break rules. You do that, they'll kick you out. Not really worth it. Okay, there's supposed to be a plate that goes on the top of this here. So we're just doing these right now. Let's see, I'm doing both of them now. The Deku Tree. Great Deku Tree. Alright. And this one here goes... Well, that will not do us any good. Let's focus again. And this one here goes right in this area. So yeah, it just fits right in there. It's even keyed too, so it'll fit right in there. I wasn't kidding, huh? We're climbing up higher on the tree. What is that, about 10 inches? Put the other one there. I'm hoping the facade, when we do the alternative model, we can just pop it off. Now, it looks like now that there's more stuff that we got to do. So basically, yeah, once again. All right, I'm getting there. I am trying to find those bricks. And okay. All right, and then now, see, I'm always messing with the camera most of the time, but like I said, I'm just trying to make these, you know, like I said, I was never really ever intending these to ever be video walkthroughs, but more people are interested in this, and so it takes a turn instead of just doing, okay, these are my review notes, that's what it is. And then now are these. So I found this one here, but I need the other one for this one. Well, that's not what we need. And yeah. And that's pretty much what it is here. Okay. That goes like that. So see, now we're building the parts of the tree here. Like the sides, the skin. And that goes right there. And this one goes here. Like that. I think. I don't know, we're gonna see here. Alright, put this one here, and this one goes, whoa! No, no, don't you dare fall off. Get back on there. Right here. Like that. That makes good rock facade, huh? And then we just did this one here. This one goes on this side. And okay. I think it goes right there. Yeah, right in this area. I think. It's not going in, so what are we doing wrong here? It's supposed to go in all that. So, oh wait a minute. Yeah, you know what? Let's zoom out here. So this is supposed to go here, but let me see here. This plate is supposed to be right on the top of this, but I can't even get that to press down in there. Well, there it goes. You're just going to have to do it very slowly. What does that look like on the side here? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, and then the other one's like right here. So we will set that in there, and we'll have to wiggle that thing in there. That one wasn't too bad because I could see it from this side here. And yeah, that's what we've done so far. Alright, and we just got that part done. And I will be right back. Okay, back again. And now in addition to all of that, these go here. Some creepy old tree, huh? And it looks like we're building mirrors again. Alright. So here we go. And let's start with these first. Okay. And we don't have a lot of stuff left. At least it's not little tiny pieces that we're really messing around with, because those do get, well, kind of annoying. Let me take some of these plain pieces, and we're going to put these in here. That's one. At least I survived that. Okay, we got to wiggle that in there. Okay, so we got those. Now they're going to be reflections. They're going to be mirrored, so we need to really pay attention here. Yeah, these are meant to go with these. Good for making boats. So now we're going to have to reflect it here. Now, if you're building this, and this set's overwhelming, which it could be, just remember you don't have to do what I'm doing. My way is not necessarily the correct way. It's the Jastifer way. But if you don't feel comfortable in working in reflections and mirror, just do one at a time. The correct way to build your Lego set is your way. I'm not here to tell you how to put it together. That's up to you to do that. Because my method may not work for you. At least I'm being honest telling you. I'm not telling you my way is the correct way. There's some guys that will do that. I'm not one of them. Okay. And then these here, the one we just did, and then I just remembered. Hey, at least I got it. Okay, this goes right here. It snaps right in that area. So we'll just set that down right in there. It's not too bad, a little hole there. This one right here. So it just fits right in there. It's not, I mean, it fits pretty good. Okay, this one's going to give me problems. Did I not put something in right, or am I just not paying attention? Well, there we go. There we go. That's not bad. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, we got that out of the way. And now we got to build two of these now that are kind of the same. Well, they're just clones. Okay. So at least now I keep these episodes at 3 bags. There's no way I could have done 4 bags in these. That would have been brutal. Okay, so now this one goes here, and this one goes here. Hoping you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and in addition to that, alright, and then these go right in here. Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to be making... but you know what I bet you? I bet there's another one that goes on there. That's exactly what we did. We should have just listened to the book. No, we did not. We just got to make 2 of them. So I was my bad. So yeah, that's on me there. And then this one goes right here. So we're making little panels for the tree, which is pretty cool. I mean, everything's pretty much finished off so far. I bet these go over here. That's what they use the tiles for, is to fill that in. And then after that, you got to put these here. Okay, I know I'm kind of off. It's trying to droop off scene here, or just do it like that and be done with it. And you notice we don't have any pieces remaining. That's kind of unusual, huh? And then these drop right there on the sides like I predicted, so that just sits right in there. Before we do, let's zoom out for your convenience. I mean, you got some holes in there, but I guess it could just be rough bark. Yeah, I may have to use a turntable for this eventually. And yeah, that's well, if I can get that stubborn one in there. And that concludes bag 8 with no pieces remaining. And yeah, so far we're climbing the tree. Alright, finally we're going to wrap up with bag 9, and yes, that is all foliage stuff. Alright, so we're going to have to get our hands a little dirty here. Alright, so here we go. Let's see, we're going to be decorating this, so what I'm going to do is, let's put it back here, and just pour the parts behind here. Hey, at least it's not black and white bricks like we've been seeing in a lot of these other sets, because that does get kind of boring. So this set here, you get past the vomit colors, you're going back in. It's not like you're just building straight with one color. Okay. So it looks like now step 1 has got a bunch of stars. Yeah, step 83 has just got a bunch. So just start somewhere. You can pick any side you want. And I'm just going to work my way around like this, okay, just to kind of make it easier. And yeah, if we had these pieces back when I was a kid, I would be coming up with all sorts of cool stuff. But no, we didn't. Yeah, we had Legend of Zelda, we had Lego, but nothing like. Well, we can't put that in right now. Nothing like that. Okay, here's the line. Skip 2 studs, stick that there. Sometimes you're going to have to count studs. Alright. Okay, it lines up with that. That's good. Yeah, there we go. And then this one goes there. Sometimes I'm just kind of setting them down, making sure I got them in the right spot, because taking those back out are going to be a turd, so we don't want to mess with that too much. I mean, that looks pretty good. Looks like it's nice and swampy, got nice water. Hope we're going to hide that line there, but that looks pretty good through there. But this right here, this is a good design that you could use. I may end up using some of these ideas for my campground, because I don't think I even have a stream or anything running through it. So that would be kind of a cool item there. Okay, let's get over here now. And yeah, it's alright. Hey, at least we're messing with color. That last booger I built, my goodness, that was not even fun. That thing was not even colorful. It was boring, and I'm happy that we're doing something with actual colors. Okay. Okay. Does that go there? I mean, it fits there, and it's lined up with this crack here. So I think that's where it's supposed to go. Making sure you can see everything. I don't know. Yeah. It's at the bottom of your screen over here. Oh. See, I got so wrapped up into the greenery here. Here are today's shout-outs, and thank you everyone for being a YouTube channel member. Thank you for subscribing. If you like these type of videos, thank you for everyone who's purchased my building guides. I appreciate it. And thank you kindly for leaving comments and likes. There we go. I mean, everybody gets a shout-out, huh? There we go. And like I said, once again, thank you to Lego for sending me this and honoring my request, so I can put this together and you can build along with me if you want. Probably not as slow as I'm building, but remember, I'm also illustrating this too. Now, mind you, we're still on 83. We haven't even advanced yet. We're still putting in tiles, and I think we're just setting up the stage here. So we got a bunch of stuff going on. Looks like I didn't forget anything. I hope I didn't. Alright, now we're moving on to 84. And there's another way to do it too is to just do these green ones first. Let's do the tiles. Let's just kind of keep everything here in order. Of course, I got these leaf pieces here that I'm kind of confused with. Okay, I got one of these, so right, not there, before studs. Like you notice, I'm just doing that. I'm just making sure I don't want to have to do that twice. Okay, next piece are these little coffee table pieces here, or short popsicle sticks. There's supposed to be a drawbridge that comes out. Is that what it is? Or is this tree supposed to stick out its tongue and say welcome? We don't know yet. And then now I need 7 of these. Alright. And we got to put this one like right here. And then, so we're just doing layers. So far I got 2. Okay. At least I got the parts highlighted, so it's a little easier here. Yeah, this looks really good. I mean, this has got detail. So, if you, I mean, this is pretty much what I do with the campgrounds, if you watch them. It's all about caking in your foliage and stuff, you know, building up terrain. And that's what we're doing. We're building up the terrain on this. It's not fun when you look at something flat. I built a lot of my older stuff, I did that. And it got to be boring after a while. So now we're building everything up now to where it's 3-dimensional. Okay, now we are on 85. And now we just got these leaf pieces. That's all we got. So I think we're going to have to watch our colors here. Hard to say, but these match this here. There's 3 different colors of leaf pieces, so just be careful. Well, there's only 2. Okay, that's a little better. Not by much, but it's a little better. At least we're covering up all this water here now. So I got 1, 2. How many leaf pieces? We're doing the regular green, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And I'm going to be honest. These, if you're into building terrains, hoard these leaf pieces up. Hoard them. Okay? Hoard them. Go to your local pick-a-brick. If they got them there, you buy as much as you can carry. Because these are really good for building up all sorts of stuff. They're very kind of basic in a way, but they're good for all sorts of stuff. So, that's... Okay, it's a part that you cannot have too much of, because even I'm like, I'm running out. I don't want to do that, but I am. And then that takes care of that. Right there. 86. Now, we got to make 8 of these little green flower things. So I'll just take the dark green and put these light greens on here, the lime green, like that. And we got to make 8 of these. This one goes here, right in that corner. This, for this whole purpose, is why I don't do tutorials on detailed terrain like this. There's no way. Imagine me doing a tutorial on something like this. The only thing that would come out of a tutorial like this, I do smaller samples, but it's mostly just technique. Well, I showed that right there, but that was kind of tough to get that in there. I don't know. But that's where they wanted that at. Yeah. got 3 done. Okay, we'll put this little guy right back here. May have to rotate him a little bit right there. Okay, and we're halfway done with that. Oh yeah, I gotta go check on some stuff and I get that done. 5. So we gotta make 8 of them here. This right here is pretty much where you're gonna mess up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 2 more here. Okay, I've got one up over there. Okay, I see. You got to put them on these rocks too, right here. So that kind of makes it pop out a bit more here. And I will be right back. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, step 87. Now we're going to build some pretty things. All right. Let's start sorting parts out because I can't find what I need here. All right, you can tell I'm getting tired. My voice is starting to crack a little bit. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh no, the Sandman's calling me, gotta go, you know, that type of thing. I'm looking for a stem, but there it is. Be careful, I'm always afraid that I'm going to break those things off. And you should be able to pinch your screen and see what I'm doing. Or just do this. I do that a lot on YouTube. Just to kind of zoom in. Unless you're on desktop and you really can't do that. So this goes right here, right on that stud. Hey, at least there's some color in there now. And I gotta make 4 of these. Yeah, if you get these little friends, little hair ribbon, hair accessory pieces, hoard these up. I kid you not, hoard them. Just like with the leaf pieces, you need to hoard those. Go raid your local pick-a-brick. Say, I need those flower pieces Jason sent me. He says they're valuable. They're good for foliage stuff. We haven't got to any of these yet. We're too busy doing the death plants. But I think these are orchids. I mean, they look like something you'd see in Minecraft. And then I can even put that right there. Okay. Okay. And this last little guy goes right in that little hole. If I can get it in there. Right there. Okay. Alright, now step 88's got a bunch of stuff. A bunch of plants, mushrooms, all sorts of stuff. So let's tackle the mushroom assemblies first before we do the plants. Because it seems like those are going to take some time. So let's take our time. We're in no big hurry to get this one done. I mean, race and get it done, it won't be fun anymore. Gotta savor the build so I can get ready for bed. Okay, and this one goes right on top of this one right here. Put that, I think that peg goes right in that hole. I mean, it looks good like that. And then we got another one we got to build. It's the same thing, just different colors. So okay. These make great lampshades for bedside lamps. So okay, and this one goes right there. Okay, now we got to make some plants. There's only a couple of these we have to do. We just got to make 7. And they show the plants. They don't show you where they all go. You're just going to have to just kind of throw them in there right now. So just stick those in there. That's one done. Okay, and this one goes here. That's 3. Yep, the Great Deku Tree. Got all the great plants attached to it too. Okay, and before we go anything, step 88 and 89 are the same. Stick your carrot tops while you're in there too. So save your plants for last and just shove those in there. I saw that and I thought, well, let's just put these in here. It's meant to keep these from falling off. Because see, these come off so easily. But this one doesn't come off. So that's what the carrot tops are for. Shove those right down in those little holes. See, that one just fell apart. So you put it in there now. Now instead of connected with a 1x1, now it's connected with a 2x2. Okay. Alrighty. This one goes here. So what I'm going to do, while I put that in there, I'm just going to go ahead and put my carrot tops in here now. Okay, just to really lock that down in there. We got 5 now. And then this one goes right up here. At least it's not stuff that we can easily knock off. You're going to have to fight this one to get apart. All right. Okay, one more plant to build. And there's the other leaf. And this one goes right here. Stick that carrot top in there. And that will conclude bag 9 with no pieces remaining. So yeah, 3 bags does an hour, hour and 20 minutes, I've noticed. So you really can't do much. The brick separator comes with the build. And yeah. And a perfect place to stop. You know why? Because now we're going to have to pick even the Breath of the Wild or the Ocarina of Time. So we have to pick between which one of these. Now I'm going to be focusing on this one here, and at a later date we'll be doing this one. So we have to note now, after bag 9, we have to pick. So this is Summation of Thoughts, starting now. The build's not too bad, it's pretty interesting, but now it's going to get kind of gruesome. Gruesome in the sense of, you know, can I... I'm trying to... There we go. At this point, you can pick. So we ever come back and we have to rip this thing apart to do one of the alternate builds, now we're going to know this is where we want to rip apart. Down to this part here. Well, hopefully it's just easy plug and play stuff, then we can just take it apart if needed. Like I said, I wasn't going to request for 2 Deku Trees. That's just being greedy in 2. Most people are only going to buy 1, so it's just better to say, okay, let's take it apart and build the other model. So now we're at the point we can select another model. So yeah, and the next installment, we will be doing the one that's on the front of the box, which is the Breath of the Wild, I believe. I can't remember. And we're just going to assemble that. Come back in a few weeks. Demolish this to this point, and then we'll continue on. How easy is that? Well, you just have to stay tuned for that one.